what is trading? Trading is a transaction where Mamadou is selling 5 tomatoes to Raisa. Let us say that Raisa is a girl who wants to cook a tomato sauce today. She's going, here is Raisa here, Raisa. She goes to the marketplace in real life and she has only 100 francs CFA, right? And then she meets there Mamadou. Mamadou here. Mamadou who has tomato on her place on the market, 5 tomatoes here. And then she gives this 100 franc CFA to Mamadou. Mamadou give her tomato and then Mamadou make a benefit. Let us say Mamadou, to get those tomatoes, she go and plant those tomato seed in her land, in her home. And she she bought a bottle of water of 25 francs CFA that she pour water on the ground so that the tomatoes can grow. And then she yield 5 tomatoes from it. So basically, Mamadou just spent 25 francs CFA as an expenditure to go and sell those 5 tomatoes to 100 francs CFA. So at the end of the day, the profit she made from those 100 francs CFA is only 75 francs CFA. So that is called trading. What she does in the market. What she does in the market is called trading. It is called transaction too. Because in real life, we call trading transaction, right? The transaction we make with people. So that is trading actually in real life, in the physical world, right? Now, when you go to the virtual world, when you use a phone like this, then we call it trading, right? When you use a phone. Like Orange Money, when you do a transaction with Orange Money, now you want to buy a service, like you want to go on in a spa, to go and do your nails, or in a manicure salon, to go and do your nails. You pay with Orange Money, for example. That is more a virtual transaction. So each virtual transaction can be called trading, right? That is trading, basically. Each virtual transaction can be called trading. But that's not all. I want to show you a Google Sheet where I will tell you a story about what made people to create trading. Let me then share my screen and show you that Google Sheet. Yes, the Google Sheet that I will share to you here. I will explain to you this graph, all of there's a story here behind why trading has been created, by who, and what happened in trading, basically. So me, I am Frank from Villageois Trading. Villa means the villa, they mentioned the big house. People want to do trading because they see people earn money on YouTube, and they want to multiply their own money from their salary or their pocket money or their small business money to earn money and also have that life too. That's why I call myself my small YouTube channel, my YouTube channel Villa. Joie means happiness, like happiness, because I explain trading with basic example that even a 5 years old can understand, like to give people fun. So I'm Frank from VGT, and I will explain to you how trading has been created. So basically, let me go back to the whiteboard and explain to you all of this, what is inside this Google Sheet, so that you can understand a little bit with more simple example. Sorry for my dog barking. So in real life, right, to make a transaction, first of all, you have a place, right? We call that place a quarter. A quarter. One name of the quarter that I can remember now in my head easily, in Yaoundé, where there is a market, a market where you can buy food, clothes, shoes, skirt, and video games, joystick, and all. We can call it Vombi, right? Vombi. At Vombi, Vombi is in Yaoundé. Vombi. So a market contains what? For people to make transactions. A market contains a lot of things. Like, for example, first of all, a market will contain, first of all, the place, we need a land for the market, that's the circle. And then the market also contains vehicles, right? First of all, you can have a taxi like this, like for people who come to the market to go and buy things for buyers. And you can also have trucks, right? For people who sell bananas, watermelons, like they put things on trucks, right? Then you have trucks for sellers, trucks for sellers. The market also contains shops, right? Shops. Every people who sell on the market have each one has a shop or a stand. This one is a shop, right? That is what a real life market contains too. On this line, for transaction to happen, we need all of this. So where people can make orders, right? This is the shop, and also products. Products like bottle of water. Let me take a product that is the bottle of water, like the 10-liter gallon that people often buy. They go and buy them in the shop. Or another product can also be those tomatoes that are explained on the first example with Raisa and Mamado. So market also contain the quantity of product, because if you only have one product on the whole market, people will not come and buy there. That would be a broken market. So like the quantity, you can have like this bottle of water, like even 100 in the whole market. So of tomato. Market also contain then has also sellers and buyer. Here is Mahamado, for example. Here is Mahamado, right? Here's Mahamado. Here is Raisa who comes here with her baby to go and to come and argue about price that Mahamado said. Let us say that Mahamado says, okay, I have tomatoes that you need, right? I have tomatoes, right? And then Raisa come and said, no, Mahamado, give me 10 tomatoes. Then Mahamado says, no, for these 10 tomatoes, you will give me 200 francs. But Raisa, since she's a girl who likes to discuss price, argue about price, she said, no, ma, I only have 150 francs CFA for those 10 tomatoes that I need. You see, I have a baby, I'm tired, I have to go home. So she's trying to use emotional pressure on Mahamado, and Mahamado knows it, does know themselves. So that is called negotiation, right? Raisa is trying to have the best price, the best price. That's called negotiation. She's trying to buy cheaper and cheaper. So this market also have negotiation, right? There are physical things that happen on the market. There are also virtual things that happen on the market. So that virtual thing is called negotiation. So we also have seasons, right? We also have seasons. There are times in a market where, let us say that this is the calendar, right? We also have seasons. Let us write here seasons. This is the calendar. A calendar, right? Of the 12th month of the calendar. In these seasons, there are tomatoes that are more in the market. There are seasons where when it is more oranges, right? And there are seasons where there's more mangoes, right? And there are seasons where tomatoes are very, very plenty in the market, right? So seasons is also one virtual thing that happens, because that is about the weather, that's about the type of the month, the event. So the season that are called here is also event, right? Then due to this season, we then have trends. The amount where tomato is a lot, right? That's a tendency. That's also the trend. And the trend is also the fact that if last year Mahamado were able to accept to sell 10 tomatoes as at 100 francs CFA, if she were able to accept to sell 10 tomatoes at 100 francs CFA last year, that was just for last year, right? This year, she will not accept it anymore because the price of things has increased, like inflation. Everything has become expensive. Our tomato delivery guy also pay more gas oil to drive his car and deliver her tomato. So now she cannot accept anymore 150 $100 for 10 tomatoes. She will increase the price so that she can also actually have a margin on it. So that's also called a trend. Like the trend of how much does she sell 10 tomato price, 10 tomato in the market. What is the benchmark that she's able to accept? Benchmark just means like she cannot go at the bottom of, she cannot go lower than 100 francs CFA. Actually, this year she cannot go lower than 150 francs CFA for each 10 tomato, right? This axis is like the time frame. The time frame. This one is the new year. This P is the last year. The last year she could have sold those 10 tomatoes at 100 francs CFA. But even if you argue this year she cannot sell those 10 tomatoes at less than 150 because the price of thing has increased. So basically, this is actually what happened, what created this graph, the trend of things, the trend due to even the seasons and due to the season and all. So let me then go back to the Google Sheet and show you a graph that has more clear example. I will relate you another story that is a little bit different than this, but that is inside the continuity of this story. So basically, what I explained to you is this. Like I explained to you in that drawing that I did on the blackboard. What I explained to you is this table. This table is like, first of all, trading. Now I want to show you what is the corresponding of trading in real life. Transaction means what for trading in the screen. So a place is what a quarter, right? Like I told you, that is a place. For a market to happen, for a transaction to happen in real life, you need first of all a place. So what's the place there in trading in the financial market? This is called a chart, trading view. This is a software, for example. This is a software, trading view. If you read well here, it is called tradingview.com. All of this that you see on the chart now, right, is the market. All of this, like those 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour, those replay, those where you click here, you can select the product that you want to like can be stock, funds, it can be forex, crypto, the type of product that you want. You can have a watch list here, like you go to the market, you have a list of things that you want to buy. You have a watch list here. All of this software that is the place. We need a place like this, first of all, because this is where buyers and sellers join themselves to make transaction. So we need a place. This is a place. This software is a place. I mean, this website. So then we need vehicles, right? What are vehicles? Taxi and trucks. Those are candles. Since I do this course in French and in English, I forgot to write candles here. So these candles, you see all of these candles, right? You see all of these candles. Let me remove that indicator. You see these candles. This green candle is actually a truck. Why? Let us say this green candle is a truck because it has a rectangular shape like a truck, like a taxi. Let us say a taxi. Buyer comes in the market with taxi. So it has a rectangular shape like a taxi, and also it has a we can put wheels like that, but let not put wheels. Let not put wheels on it. So that's the truck. Cars in the market. All of these kind of are just car that bring buyers and red cars bring sellers. So red cars like this candle is basically a truck for sellers. Is it? So in a market, you have buyers and sellers, right? So then what is a shop? A shop like a Babana shop where people make transaction, like where people orders. In trading, they call it order block. Let us say this is another block, for example. What is another block? An order where people will buy, right? It is when candle are placed like this. Let me show you. You see this red candle, this red candle come from, like there were a trend were descending here, like there were a descending trend like this, like the market were going down here, like this, like the red candle were going down compared to the upside of this last moment were going down. But at the end of this downtrend, you had a small candle like this, a small red candle, this red candle, this is here, and then if a longer candle, longer in terms of body and wicks, comes after and then close above this small candle. So you have this type of shape. So if you want to recognize a shop in trading, it's like this. So this one, traders call it an order block. So you come and do something like this. You come and do something like this. So you take the order block from the wick of the red candle at the bottom of this red candle, and then you mark it. You mark it like this, right? When the price will come back here, like when seller will come back at this level again, they will buy, buyers will happen again. So this is the shop. This is the shop. This is the shop. That's why people, you can also call it customer service place. The customer service place where people take commands, right? Buy and sell, right? That's the place where that happens. So that's how you realize you need a small candle and a big candle. So you can have another example here that happened. See, for example, this year, for example, the market were going to the upside at this level, right? Then it went to the downside here, right? And at this level exactly, you see this small red candle, and then this big candle. You just take the high of this and the low of this, like the top wick and the bottom wick, and then you create a rectangle like this. This black rectangle will be called a shop. When the candle will come back at this level, buyer will come and buy again. That's what happened. That's a shop. That is a shop where buyer and seller meet. So at this level, this is where people buy. That's how you see it in trading. That's actually the shop. So then you have product. You have product like 10 liter of water, right? 10 liter of water. In trading, we call it those volume or moving average. Volume of moving average. Let me just show you moving average here. If you go on indicator here, you click on moving average, simple moving average. You will see that you see this blue line. This is the moving average. The moving average of nine period, like means like the 9 last candles. Like you see this candle that's forming here. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you can also take a ruler like this. You count 9 bars. These are the 9 last candles. So you take the closing price of this 9 last candles. Like you see this price here. When a green candle opened at the bottom and closed at the top, right? The closing price here is 153.780. So then this one, the closing price here, you read the closing price on this axis, right axis on the left side, the vertical right axis. And then you will read 153.832. And then you make the sum, the addition of all these closing price of each candle, right? And then you divide it by 9. It will give you the moving average, right? It will give you, it will give you this point. Let me show you the point that will give you the most recent point here. This one, the point, this point of this line, this blue line, right? This most recent point, it will give you this one, the moving average. So that's what is called moving average in trading. So I'll explain to you that moving average here with this graph. I have a good story to tell you about trading on the right there. So very soon, in few minutes. So that's called volume, because it displays the volume that each cars come with. Like, you know that in the market, people come, sellers come with products. So the moving average display you the average volume of product that has come in the market. So after that, you have quantity. Yeah, quantity is also volume. So quantity is like 10 bottle of water. Let us say, like, not let me not say 10, let us say 30, 43 bottle of water, or water gallon, like that a seller want to sell, or a buyer want to buy at the price of 1,000 francs for one bottle. So what does that correspond to in trading? that correspond the quantity correspond to order flow footprint. Like each candle is like a truck like this. Let us say a truck is a rectangular shape, right? You see this rectangular shape. I mean, this black box. This black box has on each box you can have 0 bottle or 1 bottle of 10 liters, right? If you come back here in this trading platform, you draw a black box like this. Inside this black box, you have element inside. Those candles are not empty. Those candles inside are not empty. There are things inside here. There are numbers that people call, that trader call order flow. Like, order flow means, like, if a client call you, I want a 10 bottle for my office now, 10 bottle of 10 liters of water of my office now, then you load your truck to go and sell. You load your truck and put 10 bottle, right? You put this 10 here, like this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you load your truck like this. This will be then a candle, right? And this is then volume. This is then volume. And then if you order 10 bottle, I order 50 bottle, then another person order 1 bottle. That is called order flow footprint. Footprint because you can print it on a chart. So an indicator that can show you it is Ishimoku. Ishimoku is the indicator that you saw at the beginning when I showed you. This indicator show you the order flow. If people are selling, you will see a red cloud like this to the downside. If people are buying, you will see if it's a buy time, you will see a green cloud to the upside. So that's basically the footprint, right? That's basically the footprint that you can see. And another indicator will be RSI, but I will not show you it. You can basically go on RSI here on top. It's not needed, basically. So the Ishimoku indicator, that's the secret sauce. So after that, you have the price. The price is basically on TradingView. You can see the price here. Let me remove that indicator. I will explain to you the indicator, Ishimoku indicator, on the next video. So let us continue with how trading has been created first. So the price is here on the right side of this trading chart. When you see 153.674, it is called the price. But basically, it's not the price really. What is that number? Is not the price. It's the ratio between two things. It's the ratio between $1 point divided by 1 Japanese divided by 100. Like, you have, like, what? Let me explain to you. When you have USD like that, right? You see this division mark, this slash. It's basically like this: Japanese yen. What does that mean? That means that, right? If you want $1, right? If you want $1, right? You need to give me 153.664 when, like, let's just say the entire number, the gross number. You need to give me 153 coins of Japanese yen. Like, for example, Another example of this is that, right? I have an iPhone, right? If you want one iPhone, right? One iPhone, you need to give me 150 Choronko. Choronko is those bad phone, those Chinese phone that people sell at 2,000 francs CFA on the market, like those broken phone, like bricks phone, papen. Like one iPhone, the equivalent of one iPhone is 150 Choronko phone, like those Choronko like this, those phone without smartphone screen, like those just hard numbers. So that's that's the corresponding of that. So this is not a price. This is just like an equivalent. You want to make an exchange because forex is what? Forex is foreign exchange, right? This one stands for exchange, right? So we are exchanging two things, like we are exchanging two values. Here is iPhone and Choronko, but in the chart it is dollars and Japanese yen. So it's just foreign exchange. So for iPhone and Choronko, it's local exchange. You can call it LOCEX. LOCEX. Okay. So basically, I hope you understand. If you don't understand, tell me in the comment. I will explain it to you better. Let me take another example to explain that to you. It's like you see Lionel Messi, right? Lionel Messi basically played till today 1,080 matches and score 849 goals. So if you do the ratio, that price is not actually the price, it's a ratio. If you do the ratio, you have a ratio of 1,000 matches divided by 800 goals, which is 0.79. So basically what can happen is that you can actually have a graph. You can actually have a graph like this of you have goals here, goals that is score and matches, right? No, goals here and matches here. So like he played 1,000 matches and he scored goals, and then the ratio will be like MET for matches and GOA for goals, and you have 0.17. The ratio of his goal will be 0.79. There are pairs that are not like up to 153, like USD GPY, right? If you go on pair like this one, US30, this 44,000. If you see very well, this 44,100. So these are not all pairs are or have like a ratio of 150. If you go on gold, it is 2,060, 600. If you go on Bitcoin, it's 8,000, 80,000, right? If you go on euro dollar, you see that euro dollar has a ratio of almost one, because euro and dollar almost have the same amount of almost cost the same, right? Like if you see like 1.09, 1.0699. So because it's like for in euro dollar, it's like exchanging iPhone for what? What's another phone that is almost like iPhone? Huawei, the latest Huawei phone, uh, something like that. You have an equivalent. Yes, iPhone will be a little bit better than Huawei, but you have an equivalent of when you compare the price. If the price is right here 1 million francs CFA, you divide it by the price of Huawei will be the latest Huawei 800 francs CFA. You have the division will give you a 1 point, let us say 8 something like that, right? And that's exactly what happened on euro dollar, because the euro divided by the dollars. Euro is a little bit expensive than dollars now. That's what this graph tells you, right? So basically, that's a little bit. That's what is called the price. So that's how they create it. Okay. Then you have a buyer and seller. Buyer and seller are Raisa and Mamadou. Like Raisa has money and Mamadou has tomatoes. So basically, Raisa buys and Mamadou sells. It's like you against me. If you call yourself Raisa, for example, you are a girl. It is you. Let us say I'm on the other side. Me, right? So when you earn money in this market, when you earn something, it means that I've lost. So it's an exchange between you and me. If you put 100 francs CFA in this graph, right? In this market, 100 francs CFA in this market, I will lose 100 francs CFA. So it's an exchange between you and me, basically. So it's like also go an exchange between you and the profit, mostly when you are on a challenge phase. If you buy a challenge of 10K, a 10K challenge, for example, that can cost $100. And then if you lose that $100, who take that $100? Who earn it is the profit. So that's an exchange. It's not because they said buyer and seller. When you exchange something, you are already a trader. So the negotiation now, what is the negotiation? The negotiation is it's about choosing the best price. The best price. Choosing the best price is just calling entry and stop loss. It's just the entry, basically. Choosing the best price is like, you see, this is a trend. It's going to the upside. The best price is not the price that is at the topest one here on top. The best price from here can be just this price here. If I buy here, I'll have a best price than this one above. So let us call it by like abusive language, like for an excess of language, this acts like price. But even though it's not a price, it's just a ratio. The best price will be here. So I buy here with this two. When I buy, the stop will be this red. You see stop here, you this red, you just buy, and then you make the profit on the green side, like, and then if the candle arrives here, you will have to make the profit. So that's basically what happened, how you see buyer and seller, right? So the negotiation is that, like, the negotiation is the art of analyzing this chart and have the best price. Because here you cannot negotiate that I have a baby, I have to pay my bills, I do not pay rent, or I have to travel, I'm sick. No, you negotiate by looking at those candles and you become basically an analyst. You need to know where is the cheapest price, where an expensive price to sell. When you are a trader, you can become a seller and a buyer at the same time, right? So you negotiate for the cheaper price and for the premium price at the same time. And after that, you have economic news, because seasons, right? Seasons event are like Christmas, Halloween, or other type of event like birthdays. That is called in trading economic news, right? Like NFP, CPI. Like if you come here investing economic news, if you come here and then you look for financial market economic news, your website called investing.com will give you economic news. Like for example, they do not land me directly on economic news. Why should I do? I need economic news calendar directly. Let me show the economic news calendar. Okay, economic news calendar. Okay, you see this economic news, like at 10 a.m. At 10 a.m. we celebrate the birthday of these people. At 10 a.m. I would travel. Those are economic news, for example. Those are, yeah, this is English, yeah. So you see economic news, you can take economic news per countries. You can select the country. You should just select this country, not Italy, not Japan. So you can select Japan, just not China, Eurozone, French, right? Basically, that's it. So, and the last thing is the trend. What's the trend? Trend is like the price of tomatoes. Mamadou cannot afford to sell 10 tomatoes at 100 francs this year, because last year she did it, and then now this year there's an inflation. things has become more expensive. You can only sell 10 tomatoes at 150 at the bottom is at the lowest, right? This is called also market structure or break of structure and break of plateau. Break of plateau is what, when you use Ishimoku, you use break of plateau. This is a special thing that I will show you in the next, in the training, in the training that I'm actually doing. So let me explain to you what is trend. Trend is basically the fact that you remember that, let us say that at this level, right? At this level, on this graph, at this level, let us say at this level, right? Yeah, Mahamadou were affording to sell 10 tomato at 100 francs CFA, right? And this was last year. This was last year, right? Last year. Let me put an L here for last year. But this new year, she cannot afford it to sell lower than that. If not, she will not make benefit. So she only sell it at 150 francs CFA, right? This is the new year. This is the new year. Let me put the letter N here like this. So how do you know that? How do you know the trend? The trend is just that when you see the graph, this point where you see the last week and this point where you see the last week, they create a higher high, right? Like a mountain. So the price is going higher and higher. You can basically take this tool and do like this. And then you have the trend. So this is basically the trend. The price is going higher and higher, right? This is the trend. This is the tendency, the trend, the tendency. What is how all those Mahamadou is selling now? What are her prices? This is basically the trend. So basically what happened on the market is that there are trends like this. This is a downtrend, and then the uptrend you take from the bottom side. This is the uptrend, and you place the color green, right? Uptrend like this. You can actually take here the bottom. But if this trend line just touch 2, is the uptrend, and then if this trend line just touch 2 point. When I say 2 point, like uptrend 1 point, 2 point is actually an uptrend. 1 point, 2 point is actually the downtrend. So that's how you know the trend of prices, right? The trend of prices, exactly. So basically, I'm done, right? Basically, I'm done for this part. I'm done for this part. Let us go to the next part so that I explain to you how moving average has been created. I'll record another video for part 2. How this moving average, like those volume has been created. I have a story to tell you how all of this has been created. This is the first part from transaction. Now, what happened already? Let's just go to the next video and explain to you. The next video will be on the description of the video at the bottom or somewhere on the screen, or I'll create a playlist of it.